So hello everyone, welcome back to our Cobol programming series. This is the uh, fourth lecture of our series. In the first three lectures, we have just in the first lecture we have just make the base for the our basics, that what is Cobol and why Cobol, we should learn Cobol in 2024. In the second series, we just move a bit step ahead from that. Just went to how the variables and constant have been declared in that, and how the sample programs look like, and what are the things we need to do that, how a variable is properly declared, what is the picture clause, what is the level number. I think that now we are comfortable with all these terms. If I am saying a bit fast also, like you are comfortable with the what I'm things I'm seeking. You can memorize that. Yeah, the picture clause. This is the picture clause. Value number. Yeah, this is the value number. The level number. This is the level number. The value. What is value clause? This is the value clause. And if we talk about the last session, third session, we just moved three in the practical session of the COBOL, that how Cobol was working, and we just took a look that what are the practical sessions in that. And I also compiled few programs for that, and like for the move concept, and for the basic sample program that we needed in that, and also compiled the group move, normal move, and we just went through that. And in today's session, I will be just guiding you to a bit more deeper into the world of arithmetic operations. Like arithmetic operations are basically the backbone of any business application, whether it is for calculating the salaries, processing financial transactions, or like aggregating the sales target, or aggregating the sales, calculating something. So today we are going to explore how COBOL makes operations not just simple but powerful and effective. Just a brief about programmers.io before we deep dive into today's session. Like, I would like to introduce programmers.io, where I have a privilege of working as a COBOL developer. Programmers.io is a global software development company that bridges the gap between modern and legacy systems. It's specialized in technology like COBOL, mainframe, IBM S400, helping business to ensure the critical systems run seamless and integrating like emerging technology for that. Like founded in 2012, like it's been more than a decade in this technology. Programmers.io has been working with Fortune 500 clients across the industry to modernize and optimize their IT landscape. Our goal is to show how these powerful platform can continue to deliver and adapting to evolving as our business needs. So when you think about COBOL, think about scalability, reliability, and a proven track of handling high volume transaction. Exactly what programmers.io and we do to strive to support and enhance it. So this was a brief about programmers.io. Just moving ahead with that. What is today's session? In today's session, we will be covering an arithmetic like add statement, summing values and storing it, subtract statement, performing subtraction operation, multiplication, how multiplication operation is be done, divide, how divide is including in that, and handling the remainder for that. That compute statement, handling compute, like handling complex and arithmetic operation, that on-size error handling, like how on-size error are we handle, round of phase, how round of phase is will do. We will go beyond the syntax to see how these operators work in real life application. So let's get started. And if you are again a bit worried with all these things, don't get worried. You know, like we have started from where, and now where we are. We are just made the base or Cobol. Now we are starting with the first floor and that. So we are on a good level, and we are in a good platform in the learning of Cobol. So just be with me, practice these things, and just remind these things. If you feel any doubt anywhere, just post that in the comment section. We just surely reaching you out for that. We'll just move ahead. So first of all is add statement. The add statement is COBOL is used to make the sum of two numbers. It is the most straightforward but frequently used arithmetic operation. You can add two numbers or more than two into for that. store the result either in the operand or in separate variable by giving clause. Like there is a new thing, giving clause. I will be explaining when we will be using a practical example for that. Like for example, like it is also wrote in the example you can see on the screen. Like add a plus b, sums a and b, store the value and the resulting b. Like add a and b both and store the value that on b only. And add a and b giving c. What it means, like sum a and b, but the result will be stored in the c. And in the first one, what we were seeing that a1 b were getting summed, but the result was getting stored in the b only. But because that b was getting updated, a what were getting same. But in the another example, if we see, like we are adding a and b and giving c as a third variable, because the result just getting is stored in the c variable. So let's make this practical. Just going towards the program that we have today. So just going towards the program. Yeah, it is the program 6th for us. So let me clear this few things so that we will be focusing on this only. Hmm. Program C also yet. 6. Okay. So yeah, here we have a program. So let me just like mistake I have done. What I have told you in the first in the last session, that if it is a best practice to make the name of program in the program ID and in the sample program it should be same. It looks good and it gives a good thing in that, and it is a best practice thing also. So I haven't did that, so I have did that in this. First is the identification division, program ID, program name, which is program 6. Data division, working storage section. We have declared 3 variables here. Variable A is value 20, variable B is of value 30, and value C is value res, which stores the value result. So which is also of value 3. So procedure division, add A to B, like we are adding A to B, like we are adding, just read that properly, like English only sentence, like add A to B and display B, and we are writing add A to B giving C, like which is value WS result. So both the things that we have talked about, we are just applying that here, like add A and B to B and display B, what is the result, and then we are just giving B, uh, add A and B, give result 3. Like in the first case, we are not storing that in our third variable, we are just putting that in WSB. In the second case, we are uh, putting that in our third variable, which is WS result. Just now we'll be executing the JCL. What is it? Is program number 6. It's changing as per our requirement. Program 6. And here to program 6. Saving that. Submitting JCL. And I don't think I need to give an intro about JCL. Huh? We talked about a lot about Maxis Zero. We talked a lot about JCL in last session. So we will be soon posting the lectures also. So stay tuned with us. Okay, so just executing it. Yeah, x is 0. So just let us see the output of that. What is the output? Mhm. For some people, it would be a different output, and what not what we they were expecting. So just move ahead with this. Add WA to WB. Like we are adding A to B. Got it? What we are doing? We are adding how the like we are adding A and B together. So what would be an NWA will will be like, understand that with the English statement only, like as I earlier said, add WA to B. So we will be adding WSA to the value of WSB. So what is the value of WSB? written in the front of us, it is 30. And what is the value of WSA? It is 20. So the value will be, according to the line number 13, the value of WS will increase to 50. Okay. And now what we are doing, we are adding WSA to again WSB and giving. What this giving does, it will be storing the value in WS result. So it would be adding now the value of like, then you will be saying it should be only 50. Why it is coming 70 in the output if we see? So why it is coming 70? Because the value of WSB has been updated now. It is 50. 50 plus 20, it would be giving 70 to us. When we display this, we are getting the proper result. Okay. Now you understood what is adding A plus B, A to B, and displaying it as a simple sentence and adding uh, A to B and giving result. What giving means? Like we are giving the result to that another sentence, another variable. Just moving ahead with sorry for that. My what is a bit so today. So today. So yeah, again. So the subtract now just we will move to subtract statement. The subtract statement performs subtraction like addition. It offers flexibility for storing the result into the directly original variable or in the different variable by giving clause same as that. Like if we see the example A, there is A from B, subtract A, like subtract A from B. So subtract A from B and store the result in B. And in another example, same as we did in the add one, like subtract A from B, giving C, store the result in C instead of B. Practical use, consider thing multi expenses we use. Like we subtract the budget balance and by using that, and we will also just move into the practical statement of that. And here it is one more thing, subtract corresponding to WS1 to WS2. If we are when we want to subtract a quantity of exact group to another group, we can also do that. Will be just that this is the yeah, this is the thing. This is subtract. No, I just let me open the seventh. Yeah, this is the subtract one. Sorry. Identification division, program ID same, variable A is 40, B is 30. The result is nothing. We have just declared that. Subtract WSA, just read it like English like sentence. Subtract WSA from WSB. So A will be subtracted from B and display B. So we're just getting B from that. And another will be subtracting WSA from WSB, giving the result for that. So just now we will be compiling it as PGM7. It is PGM7, PGM7. Compile it, submit as ACL, submitting it. Now we have 10 and 30 option. So let us see why this 10 and 30 are coming. Let us see now. So no use. Let me just remove that. So what was the value of A? A from B, 40, and we have just subtracted that. So it will be 10. 40 from 30, WSU will be 10. We are correct with that. And it's from now, like just let me put, uh, sorry, wow, I was doing a space error. Okay, moreover. So what we did, 40 minus 30 is equal to 10. And 10 is the new value of WSB. And now what we will do, we will again subtracting WSA from WSB. So first we got 10, then 40 minus 10 will be 30. Yeah, 40 minus 10 will be 30. So we have that. I think it is clear to you. Just see this program for few seconds and then we'll be moving ahead. Then another operation in that. Okay. So just moving ahead with it. Like discussing about the multiply statement. The multiply statement handle multiplication operation. It's follow the same pattern that we did in add subtraction, letting you the store directly by the giving clause, or you can also store that in an operand only. Like we want to multiply a by b, so we can multiply both the things, and we can multiply a b and store the value in c or d and anything. So we can do that. So like multiply, just it would be a simple multiple statement that we used to do with that. So just it will be programming. Okay. So yeah, don't take that I am putting the theory a bit quick. Like I am putting more emphasis on my practical example because now we have practicals and these are the arithmetic operations only. For theory, you can just read out the definition and you have the content for the PPT. You have the content for PPT. You can just read that out. But I'm just main focusing on the practical session that you get the concept, how the multiplication has been doing in that. That's why I'm just spending more time on VS Code rather than a presentation because it should be a more interactive and practical session. Like coming forward, session will be like same only. Like we are doing this. Okay. So just see this program. Let's just try to understand that. Just take a few seconds, take a deep breath, and just go with the flow. Or in for next 5 seconds, I will just explain that to you. Okay. And many of you would be got that what we are doing is the same thing. WSA is 2, WSB is 10, WSC 9 of 4. Multiply WA by WB, result of WB. Then multiply WA by WBC. What would be the result of? We will be seeing that. Display B, display C. Then multiply WA by WB, giving WC. So this will be another different result. So yeah, just got that. In this, we are value monitoring three patterns. And how the three patterns things are we working. Multiply statement, multiplying both the things, displaying the result for B. Like we'll be multiplying A by B and we'll be storing the result in that. Then we'll be multiplying A by B and C, which is storing the result both of them, and we'll be multiplying A by B and giving the result C. So yeah, just compiling that. It is, I think, program 8. Okay, so now here are we with the things and that. Okay, so just let me put the program in IDABUS. Like it would be easy to just maintain the value. Okay, so what is the value when we are multiplying WSA by WSB and we are displaying the value of WSB? What will be the multiplication? It would be 2 into 10, it would be 20. Simple thing. No higher mathematics, something like that. WSB is 20. And then we are what we are doing? We are multiplying WSA by WSB. Just take it there another statement WSA by WSB. So what it would be like WSA is now it is 20 20 into 2, what it would be? 40. So here it's 40 is. And why WC is 0? Because WA of WC is 0. Why it is 0? Because, just let me explain that. Why it is 0? Because we are multiplying. What is the value of WC if we take from starting? We haven't assigned any value to WC. So it would be having a default value 0. And when we are multiplying 0 with anything, it like we were multiplying 0 with 40. So it would be only 0. As the basic mathematics tells us. So, but what was the main reason to write in this format? Like, firstly, it will be multiplying with this, and secondly, it will be multiplying with this. That was the main reason that I wrote in this format also. And then, if we take the third case, multiply WSA by WSB. So, what is WS by A now? It is 2 at the starting only, but what is WSB? It is 40 because here it was 20, then 20 by 20 into 2, it is 40. And now 40 into 2, it is 80. So we have that. And we are giving by C, so C has stored the value in that. Is that are you getting everything, everyone? Just take a look to the example, you will just directly get that. These are just simple mathematical operations. These are very simple mathematical operations, and we are doing in a very simple language, much simple language. So there is no rocket science. Just understand that properly. You will be just getting that without any problem. And another thing is of divide. So just quickly move into this presentation and we will discuss divide. Like divide where we use two operations in that. Like how we use divide, we can use that in the two types of divide that. Like first of all, the same thing that dividing A by B and putting the resultant into B. Then another is A by B giving the result to B. And how remainder, the main thing is how remainder is been handled. Because when we are talking about remainder, how remainder is been handled in this. So main thing is like, if we take an example for dividing A into B, the value of A is divided into B and giving the stored result stored in B. Divide C into DE, the value of C is divided to D and storing the answer in D. The value is divided by C, also giving storing a value in C. Probably got that. A divided by B giving C. We all know that we have seen a number of example. Divided by B and giving the, we are showing the value in C. Same thing, another thing. I think I have repeated. Oh, okay, into by. Just it is into the, I have repeated from by here. So sorry for that. Dividing A into B, giving C, and remainder D. What here it is? They are storing four values. Like A and B are the main operand, giving C as the quotient, and remainder will be storing in D. You got that? The value is A divided into B and the result stored in C with the remainder of giving into D. Like if we took same by, like we can also write into and by, both the things for that. It is not compulsion. So if we are writing by, we will be using the same place. So just now. Okay. So when we are moving towards divide, how divide is, I'll just explain that divide. Okay. So guys, this is an example of divide for that. Just I'm giving you as that as an exercise for you all. Just move that, just do that, implement that. There are many open like Cobol IDs only. You will getting a number of Cobol IDs online very easily. So just write with that, practice this, that why it is happening, what is the result in that, what will be the result coming in. Like we have practiced add, subtract, multiply, and the code is also written in front of you for divide. Just do this example and get back to me. We will just putting that again. What? Just comment down the answer. The what is the accurate result for that? We'll be just reviewing and paying the top comments if we get that in that. Okay, you got that? So let me see. Okay, you got that? So just moving to another part of it, the session. Like the compute, what the compute statement does, like when there are some complex arithmetic expression, like till now we have seen add, subtract, multiply, divide. And what happened if some complex character, some complex arithmetic operation comes up with us, like when we have to move with multiply also, divide also, add also in that, and so every we have to do every operation. So what at that time what we will be doing, we using compute as an operation. Like we are simply writing ws num c and putting that ws into multiply. Like this is an explain example for that. Just writing starting compute and really storing that in the value. So let me guide to the practical example of it. It would be, yeah, it would program like there are three variables ws1, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. The value of and the value stored in the result. And what I have did, like variable 1 into variable 2 plus variable 3 and store the result in that. So these type of things will be stored in compute operation. What I have to write for that, like I have written compute. Now what we used to add, if you want to do single operation like add, we will write add, multiply, multiply, subtract, subtract, divide, divide. But when we want to combine one or more than one operation in that, what we will writing, we'll writing the compute. So we are writing compute. Just let me compile this and see the result for this. Hmm. Okay. So variable 1 into variable 2 plus variable 3. Firstly, what we are doing, multiplying variable 1 and variable 2. Variable 1 into variable 2, what it would be. Like if you see variable 1 into variable 2, it would be 200 simply. Is out. Yeah. And variable 1 into variable 2, it would be 200. And then when we are adding variable 3, so what it would be 200 plus 50, 250. Display result, what we are getting here, 250 accurately. So this is an example for compute when we are using more than one arithmetic operation. So we'll be using compute. Now we will be discussing some common errors which used to come in that when we are something uh, handling in that. What are the common errors we get? So these are some common errors that the first one is on size error, like handling arithmetic overflow and rounding is crucial. Like the on size error ensure your program has gracefully handled where the result has been exceed the capacity. Like on size error, by the name itself, you getting that when the on size error will be coming, when the thing are being moved from more than the size of it. So if we talk about the on size error, let me, it is the program number 11. Okay. So what we have done, value is 3, 900, values to 200, value 300, and add WA, WB to WC. On size, if there, we just directly write that if on size error display overflow with that and not and display not overflow. and definitely do an overflow. Like many of would be newcomers would be not understanding that why it would be overflow. When we add 900 200, it will be 1100, correct? And when we will be adding 100 to it, it will be 1300, and we are just putting that into WSC, which is of three length characters only. So how we can store four characters in that? So it is an on size error. We'll just compiling that and showing you how the on size error are coming into this. Let me clear this. So yeah, this is the program number 11. Uh, Submitting the ACL 337. Like what I said, that there will be definitely an overflow. Why? Because the character size is not proper. So on screen, on size error display overflow. So it would be displaying overflow. And here the result is it is displaying uh, putting overflow into that. Because there, if it would be proper and there would be proper 4 of 9 of 4, we will not putting the result and not overflow. Why? Because the error size lies in it. I got that. I think you got that. Just moving ahead with the things. Just give me a second. Yeah. And another is not on size and not and rounded. So we have discussed not on size error. We'll just discussing rounded phase. Why uh, the rounded face? What the non or on size screen mirror when it has not been coded in that the statement, it is genuinely affected by the atomic operation only. It's called the not on size error. And if we talk about the rounded error, so when the rounded error comes, when we are just putting the result into that, like after the decimal values, we are adding that, and we are just putting to the rest nearest whole number into that. Just taking you to the example for that, but you have to practice that into your whole local system. We just taking you towards the code for that. What is the code for that? Like this program, variable one, it is WSA. What we it is when what we means in that, when we are using decimal thing in that, we are use V in that. Like before decimal, there are would be three characters, and after decimal, there would be two characters. It's so this. So where the like I if I want three characters for decimal, I would be adding from the three characters here. So on the right side, it's three characters. If I want to add, and then the left side is also three. So yeah, the value is this, and here the value is this, and it is WSWC 9 of 3. Process division, we are adding WS and WSB, giving WSC rounded. Display WSC rounded. So this is the activity for you. Like the first activity is to do the divide program, and the second, okay, just I will be doing that. No problem. I will just doing that. We'll just seeing the result, but please at least try that in your local system. The divide thing, please try that in your local system. Like it would be really helpful for you if you try that. Like you're getting some things into that, like how the things have been before. Yeah, it is program makes it well. Sometimes it happens. Why I stopped and why I troubleshooted? because there was maxi 12, and what maxi 12 means that there is some error in the program, and there was a bit error, small error, like it was the load error that I got, but it was related to JCL, so we'll just discuss after that afterwards. And open the 41 one. Why it got amended? Because we are not getting the enough stuff in that. Hmm. You haven't changed the load name. Sorry for that. That's why it got amended. Hmm. It is zero, zero. Everything happens for a reason, so we just have to monitor that and just prove that I've written the programs, but sometimes error occurs at the runtime also in like the execution. So we have to handle that with the open eye, what we are doing. So here the result is just taking the result forward. So it is 00082. What it would be giving, like when we add this both of the things, we will be getting approximately 00 this statement, and we will be getting 0082. Why we are getting? Because WSC is been in the rounded form, and it had been rounded to the next possible digit to that. Like what? Let me just show what the rounded does. It just rounded off that to like 20 plus 60. It would be approximately, yeah, it is 80. And if we just add 0.72 plus 8.85, so it would be approximately 1.4 or 5, something like that. So it just rounded out that off to 82. Like it is 81 something, so it just rounded it off to 82. Why it is giving three characters? Because we have taken in three characters. Okay, so just a quick recap what we have discussed. We have discussed arithmetic operations, arithmetic statements in that for today. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, and then we did size handling, rounding off. Like we have just practical example of all the operation in that. Like mastering this will be help you in making program more capable of handling complex data in processing the data in this. So it practice this in your local system. Like there are open. I already told that there are many IDs you can get easily available online. So just try with that. Try with that. What is the result that I have also given the divider. Try with that. How you can perform this. What will the result? And comment down below if you have any queries. Okay. So thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for the next session. There are many exciting things will be coming in the next session. So we will be just meeting soon in the fifth session of this series. Thank you, everyone. Taking signing off.